Hello and welcome to Atlantis Reef. Today we bring you Vitalise Grazers. So as you can see here guys, Vitalise Grazer, it's an amazing food for algae eaters of all kinds. I'm having so much success in the last few years with this food, with any kind of algae grazer, from tangs to angels to even butterflies, as you can see on the video. Even a wrasse I've just had a poke at it, just to have a taste. But it's got a few crustaceans inside. It's got a few mollusks in there, so it can bring in a few of the meat eaters. But it's mainly aimed at the veggie feeders of our aquariums. The food's actually really amazing stuff. I'm having such a good time with it. I have done since around about 2010, around 2020 now. When I was in the shops, and I used to work in the shop, I used to put these on all the windows. I had algae grazers, obviously had algae grazers, but I had to have algae feeders in there. And the food was always eaten. It always has been. And if it doesn't get eaten, it's not a big worry. You can just take it out with a net or your hand, depending if you can reach or not. But mainly I leave mine in, and it's gone within half an hour to an hour at most. It could be a bit longer for me if I got the thicker ones. Because the one I've got here on this video, these are the smaller rings, but you can actually get a lot thicker algae grazers. So what do I think of this personally? It's a great food. It really is. I couldn't ask for a better algae feeder. I think it's better than nori. A lot of people will probably disagree with that, but I really do think it's better than nori. The fish go straight for it, because I feel nori's more for mature fish, where the younger fish, they're a little, the younger fish are a bit more, I don't know, it's a bit more scavengy, if that makes sense, where they're not looking for their health. A bit like kids, they want to eat a bit more dirty, not so much more clean food. So with nori, I always find that it's always the bigger fish for me that eat it. Maybe you guys find that different. I'll have to do a video on that one at some point. So how do I rate this food? After a lot of people keep asking me online, how do I feel about this food? I give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I give it a 9 is because I'm being really nitpicky, and it's the inorganics in there is 18%. For me, it's a bit high for me. I like things being a bit near the 10 zone. 18 for me is just way too much. It really is just too much for me. But I still use it. I'm still happy with it, and the fish love it, and that's what's the main thing here. Overall time on this thing, because I do this one a little bit different to normal foods, because this one has to stay longer. I give the overall time on this 10. It lasts so really long, and it can last so short. It's whenever the fish want to feed. So if you're busy throughout the day and you're like, oh, I can't get to my fish at the minute, you just pop into your fish tank, grab out the ring that you have to put the algae grazer on, you pop the algae grazer on the ring, and then Bob's your uncle, you put it back in your tank, and off you go back to doing whatever it is that your partner wants you to do, or what gets you involved in. Trust me, happens a lot, especially with the wife part. She'd bloody kill me if she had that. So anyway, the food quality, I definitely give a 9 out of 10, just because, as I said, the crude, well not crude actually, they call it inorganic material, is 18%. But that's just, like I said, me being nitpicky. Rather it be, oh look how gorgeous some butterflies are eating the food. I'd rather just be a little bit more on the protein side. There's a lot of moisture in it as well, but I don't mind that, because it keeps the food. It is soft. It is a very nice soft food. If you've never handled this and you touch it, it is actually quite a nice, silky smooth feeling to the actual food. It's not a dry, hard brick feel, which is quite nice. I don't mind the moisture part, but I'd rather more protein in there than the actual non-organic food. So interest time. As you can see, I don't really need to say what I need to go and say here, but 10 out of 10. Really is. Even now with the new fish in there that you can't see here in this video, because this was done before I added them, I have constantly something at it, pecking at it, grazing at it, eating it. I have so many fish now that are just loving it. I've had to have 2 algae grazers being put up at any given time. And the little half black angel. Sorry, it's very rarely see him. It's nice to see him at times. it's a good food, guys. It really is. So my overall experience with this for the last 10 years, I'll say 5 because I had a break due to an injury, but it's the best food that I've got my hands onto for a dry food. As you can see, I'm zooming out a little bit, but you know, it is a really good food. I can't argue with its value because the value for money is definitely worth it. I mean, this cost me around about £22 dish for a large container. You can get smaller ones if you have a small like tank, or small tank than myself. Then you can get smaller like priced one containers, but I've got the one in the image there, which is around about cost me £22 in England. So guys, let me know your experience down below on how this food went for you guys, and if you enjoy using this food. If you need to know any questions, feel free to always ask. I'm sure myself or any others will comment down below as we go along in this world. But yeah, please do go to subscribe and give us a like. Ciao for now, guys. Thank you ever so much. Bye!